Good morning, guys. Okay. My hair's sticking out. You know, I just woke up. I woke up with a heavy heart just now. It is 3:45 in the morning. And I woke up crying because I want to talk to y'all about something that really, truly, deeply affects me. It's happened to me, and just the stereotype behind it. Abortions. I am not for abortions. I do not think that you should get them. I don't think it's right. I think a baby is a human, whether it is an embryo or whether it has legs. I don't think it's right. I think the comments and the stereotype behind it is also wrong, though. Everybody has their reasons for doing what it is that they do. Everybody. Not everybody, I want to say, gets an abortion because they just didn't want the baby. You know, that is the case sometimes. Sometimes that is the case. They don't want to give it up for adoption, so they have an abortion. But that's not always the case. And I feel like you shouldn't be so quick to judge, you know. And I know firsthand, because I've had one. And there's just been a lot of stuff lately going around about abortions, and it's really been getting to me from Facebook because I keep seeing all these abortion memes and all these people have been making statuses about abortions, and it's really been hitting me. Now, I had an abortion. Okay? This year. But I didn't have an abortion because I didn't want my baby. I didn't have an abortion because I couldn't take care of my baby. I have 2 kids already. And if I lay down and have 10 more, I would never, ever say I want an abortion. Ever. But things happen. I haven't told anybody about this. No one knows about the abortion except for me. My boyfriend, his father and child, and the couple that kept my kids so that we could go and have the procedure done. Those are the only people that know about it. Okay? I got an abortion because I have hereditary ovarian cyst. Now, I know a lot of y'all know what they are. Some of you don't, but most of you do, okay? And most of you are probably like, well, they're not that serious. They are way more serious than you could even imagine. They're painful. It's very uncomfortable. It's hard, and it makes it difficult to have and to carry children. I have lost 2 babies because of my ovarian cyst. I have had ovarian cyst since I was 13 years old. I lost my first baby when I was 19. It was my very first. I had never been pregnant before. And I lost that baby. I was a grown woman. I had a job. I was so stable. And that baby made it to about 12 weeks of conception. And then it was done. And for that to be my first child, that hurt so bad. Because it's your first baby. Like, you're so happy. And the only thing you can think about during the pregnancy is, I can't wait till I feel the kicks and the movements, and I can't wait to find out what it is, and I can't wait to hold it, and it never happened. I didn't get that chance. Now, they're different, okay? Because she, even though I didn't know what it was, I called her she. I named her and everything. Her name's Jemiah. She had a chance. Like, she could have made it to term. Or at least to, 30 weeks. Or, she had a chance. But it's like, she just gave up. Now, this baby, you see the eyes and the face. He didn't have a chance. There was no way that he was going to make it to full term. To sit down and have your doctor look you in your eye and say, either you can abort it, wait on a miscarriage, or push out a stillborn baby, your child is not going to make it. Those are the hardest words I've ever heard in my life. Hey, I broke down. My cyst was so big that my baby didn't even have room to move. He should have been moving, and I never felt him. There was no way he could make it. So we got an abortion. Because I know what a miscarriage feels like, and it does not feel good. And I didn't want to go through that again. And I didn't want to carry my baby to full term. Just to push him out and know that I could not take him home. Okay? So we got an abortion. And that was one of the hardest things that I ever did. They almost turned me away. Because right before the procedure, I sat in the room with a nurse and I cried for 30 minutes because that was my baby and I didn't want to give my baby up. I didn't want to kill my baby. But I had to. The point that I'm trying to get across is not everybody is bad. Not everybody has abortions because they just don't want the baby, because they were irresponsible and didn't want it. There are reasons behind things that people do. And I feel like if it bothers you that much that someone has had an abortion or that something has happened, I think that you should sit down and you should talk to that person, call, text, whoever that person may be to you. You should sit down and you should learn and you should understand before you judge, okay? Learn an opinion before you make one, okay? Because that hurts me. Even though no one has physically come up to me and bashed me or bashed me behind my back that I've heard of anyways, it still hurts to see the memes, to see people make statuses and say, raise your, put your hand emoji up if you've never had an abortion before. That hurts me because I can't do that. I can't. I cannot do that because I've had one and I didn't want to have one, but I had to. Okay? That is the worst feeling in the world. To think nobody knows, nobody understands. Even if I was to sit here with somebody and say, I did it and I had to do it because of this and that, this world is like the dirtiest planet in the universe, okay? And if I was to just sit down and explain that, I would still get bashed because I'm a human and I know the human race all too well. So I can't sit down and write on Facebook and say, yeah, I did this, but this is why. These were mine. This is all I have of them. Of him. He was full. He was almost there. This is all I have. I hold on to these so dear. I have 2 other kids. And dare you lose one of these, and I'm going to flip. Because this is all I have of my 2 babies that are not here with me physically anymore. There are reasons for everything that people do. Okay? And it's not just because of irresponsibility or immaturity or nothing like that. There are reasons behind the things that people do. And I think that you all should sit down and talk and make an opinion about somebody. You know, learn an opinion about somebody before you make one. Okay? Because it kind of like, it pisses me off to an extent because it's not fair. It's in no way fair to be bashed over something that you may not have had a choice, you know. Yeah, I could have laid back and carried him to 40 weeks, but I'm not strong enough to push out a full-size baby and for him to just, you know, if I push him out, I want him to look at me. I want him to blink. I want him to reach for me. Okay? Oh, like that's really just what I wanted to say. That abortion stuff, it hits, and it hits really close to home, okay? It hurts. Regardless of the reason, it hurts. And you guys should think about that. Like, before you make a meme or post a status or tweet a tweet or just talk about somebody behind their back for doing it, you know, you should think about it. Because not everybody did it just to do it. Not everybody did it because they couldn't raise the baby. Not everybody did it because they were being irresponsible. Just think about it.